then things kind of slowed down, and now it's as if they're not even slow anymore. They're just, standing still. It's a little unfortunate, but hopefully they'll get things going. What won't get them going is going to be this plane, because there's a long distance from wherever they get to jump out here all the way over to South George. Sure should be possible for them to get there, but they would have to fight for vehicles against teams like Seek Org or the team similar.
3D Max is sat there saying, come on. Like, are we serious?
Yeah.
Now, Erangel, they love to leave early, right? They're just going to jump over and go to Zaki Besiktas, though.
Yeah,
they're going for
once again, Stalber Kamechki. There's no reason not to. It's not contested. You get fine loot there. You have a lot of vehicle spawns. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. You can rotate out from there like it's nothing.
The thing I think will start to affect them, though, is they have no consistency of their own in where they can drop. Yes, these have been rough in terms of where the plane's going, but actually they've not gone and consistently been able to take Gatka, which is where they kind of started to put themselves. Every spot they seem to go to, there's been a bit of a fight on their hands with it all.
The issue for them right here is that the Gatka as well was going to be far away, and sure, we could see the circle go over there, so they could start rotating early. But it's one of those, if you have a chance to go out early and get looted, and you know it's free, just go for it. There's, in the end, with the loot that we have right in this, sort of with the super settings that we have now, it's been boosted up to such an extent that you don't need those super crazy places to go loot. And Vector kill, that's not something you see too often. But Seagork, they wanted to go west. They got stopped in the middle, and well, fortunately they didn't go west because that circle just popped way out east.
If you're Sunzy Ninja right now, you're just saying, all right, I give up on today. You lag out in the first game, and then you're the first player to get picked apart in the second game, and these flight paths have been more than unkind.
If there's anything to take away from that, maybe don't land on the middle of the road. But it was either that or running around in the compounds with 4 guys from Stella. So just, again, horrible plane, couldn't get anything done. They tried to go out early, but 3D Max already went up north to take those vehicles. Erangel was up there as well, contesting vehicles, and they said, you know what, there's only one place we can go out. That's going to be over by Rossak, and they lost the guy doing so.
Yeah, but Seeks is going to be very happy because the circle has gone over Stalber, at least for now, right? It's in a good eastern position, but up north as well. Erangel can't be too picky at the same time, and they've got to make a decision on, okay, where do we go to get the remainder of our loot here? Because we're only just getting the vehicles picked up.
Erangel is sitting super well in it, actually, up on the northern side. What I'm interested in seeing here is Phantom. He's sitting just northwest of Yasnaya. The rest of his team committed to go to George Bowl, which makes sense because that's where they've been before. But they were like, we'll just keep one guy in. And it might sound like me throwing a joke at them, but it's actually a pretty smart call. They went down there, probably went for vehicles to begin with. Went down, got the vehicle, and was like, wait, okay, the circle is here. Should I just stick around? Now we have this compound anyway. I'll get to loot it. I'll get to stick around. I'll get a lot of info. Because he is kind of on one of those highway areas where a lot of teams will rotate north of the water by Yasnaya. So why not just stick around there? And if people come in, you can just drive away.
They certainly can, but are they going to do it? Is this how it's going to pan out? For many times we see them try and execute something like this, but it ends up being a rough ride for them. Some team it's not going to be a rough ride for just yet is Erangel. Snoopy and that they're getting their drive on already, but they've got to be careful because there's a lot more of a contestment of teams around here.
Yeah, and they're kind of driving down towards Phantom's compound as well. I hope that he'll go out and start shooting in just a matter of seconds. Hopefully for Erangel, we won't see anyone go down, but shots are indeed fired and shots are hit as well, as we can see on the map. Again, we talked about it as well yesterday. James, you said that if you guys are watching with the benefit of having not only 1 but 2 monitors available, do yourself the favor and have that map stream up on the other window, because maybe if you're following one team and you don't get to see them on your screen all the time, you can pay attention to them there. But also just for the sort of the bigger aspect, the bigger view on what's going on and how things are unfolding. It's always so nice to have that map stream available.
Yeah, it gives you an extra overview of not just what's going on around the whole map, but also some of the things we can talk about and point out to you guys on how it's actually panning out on rotations and stuff as well. And some teams that will have to make some big rotations are going to be 3D Max and Seacorg. And not in terms of distance, but on actually what space is going to be available. Because they've gone all the way out to Georgia Pole. They've gone to go get the loot they want and sit in the area they love to play from. But as these other teams will sit there for a little bit longer, not being rushed around, will they potentially be being pushed into some little roadblocks or stuff that could come their way?
Could happen, could happen. It's an area of the map here with rotations coming up over Potato Hill and over the bridge side by Rossak. I mean, there's a lot of these sort of common areas that you can set up shop and hope to get some kills. Of course, it's going to cost you a position in the center, but it's going to be worth it around here, I'd say, because the center is so dense with compounds. I mean, there are compounds all over the place, is what I'm trying to say, so it shouldn't really be too big of an issue.
Now 7. We didn't see too much from them in the previous game.
I like this. I like this Erangel. This is what we talked about earlier. If you realize there's only one guy, they had Maxis all sit for a while, look for movement. He's like, I've only seen that one guy in the building. Let's go for it.
Oh, and he's being tagged up as well. Max is also going to have the information to do. He'll be calling it over as close range Snoopy. No problem at all for him. They'll be able to finish him off very easily. And 3D Max once again down one player early on. And Noki has to be careful here as well because he cannot afford to be the next one out.
And this is the thing for Erangel, right? They say we don't want to fight early, but if we have to, we're going to. And this is a kind of push that you wouldn't see any team do at any point coming into today. Everyone would be like, oh, it's a compound, it's people are shooting, we should just get away from there. But these guys, they're daring. And for 3D Max, well, they just lost one guy. And now the other guys are trying to make their way over and avenge him.
It's going to be a rough ride from now because they're going to be pinned between Quick Math and Erangel. Some of the Quick Math players have gone over towards Erangel and where they were. They heard the shots firing, thinking maybe there was more than just one kill to be had. But they won't be able to third party anything just yet.
So did Nam, they're making their way on out as well. They got themselves 10 kills in this area of the map last game. But with the circle obviously not going here, should be forced to go a little further up to the northeastern side of things. Rafi spots a rock, rock spots him, says hello to each other, keeps on throwing.
A bump in the road, a rock in the road, we hit him every now and again.
Like if you could fist bump a rock, just like on the go, hey buddy, and then keep going, that would probably be what it looked like.
Now 7 you've got on your screen at the moment, right? Milta Power, they've kind of solidified themselves as that being their home. They've managed to get the loot they want as per usual, but last game we didn't see much from them at all. And they actually started fragging out yesterday. We need to bring that back into this.
Stella rotating 4 guys and 1 US. That's a dangerous area to do it in here. But they are indeed going back to it, try to see if they can do some damage while they're driving on in, but now they're jumping back towards their vehicle. So that's one of those things, right? Because 3D Max landed with them, took some of the vehicles, and now they just don't have that many available.
Yeah, they're like, oh, great. We didn't want to do this, but this has kind of been forced. Now we must rotate in one, and we're potentially going to walk in some other teams up here because this is heavily contested.
Reciprocity saw them on your screen just before going far up north to try and take control of the compound up there. And for Stella, well, they want to get out of their vehicles, and now they did. And they have all of Erangel to deal with, and they're waiting for them.
Snoopy biding his time, going to go 100% in for the headshot when his team do start to get into it. Max has although found himself getting knocked down. Now Snoopy comes to life, trying to tag him up. Moleman able to dodge a lot of bullets being fired off there, but Azvarin, he's able to get himself the first kill.
Azvarin has been spotted out by Jambaway though. SLR in hand, it's a dangerous weapon. One tap to the head and a body shot, and you indeed are down. And now for Moleman and for Stella, they have to figure how do we want to play around this one, because it's not going to be easy to get out of here. Another team in issues, in trouble. It's going to be Desperado. So under a lot of fire from 7.
Well, Inside Games said it's not just going to be us that's going to be causing the trouble. It is 7 and Desperados all fighting off in this little bit of the area of the map over towards the east.
This is the issue for Stella, right? They cannot just disengage. They have one vehicle available, and they do not at this point want to cram that many people into one car, because believe me, the shots will be fired towards you, and well, that one vehicle probably won't live to see another day.
Azra just tapping it up, trying to do some extra damage here.
Seems like Maxis all got rest but disconnected. That's not a good thing. Unfortunately for him, still they are making their way out of there. So he'll most likely be able to get back into the game. Aspirin still out in the open, gets himself a knock onto Jambaway though. And now for Cass, I'm not sure that he's going to be in a position to get the rest of Can You Crawl just a little further down the hill.
Ooh.
Might just be possible, but will Erangel commit to this one or won't they? It's going to have to wait and see. New circle, popping as we speak. Will they be allowed to stay in? Nope, they won't. We're going out east, and look at how much of this area is already contested.
Now, where did Reciprocity go? They went all the way out to the north.
Yeah.
Wow. So they've gone on some crazy rotations, still got 4 alive. They're going to work their way down south. But this has actually been hugely beneficial to them. They've bypassed where a lot of the early fighting went on, kept themselves alive, and now they'll push in.
Issue with this area now is that these compounds are sold already. Majority of them are already taken. So we see shots fired once again towards Jambaway trying to make his way on out. But a lot of these compounds are already taken. And the issue with this area of the map is sure you have the forest down north of Mansion, but other than that, if you don't secure yourself a compound or sit all the way out by the cliffside, there is no spots really in the open that you can play from.
Rafi and Noki driving side by side. Rafi's going to tear away and say, oh, okay, I'm not going to follow this for too much longer. No point indeed. 3D Max, though, they had the early loss of their Phantom, the solo player, as per usual. He got picked apart by Erangel.
Smart play from Ravi. He is a really good scout. An Octave shoots Max's ult, takes him out as well. Unfortunate. He disconnected. We saw that before. Couldn't reconnect either. So it's not that they were eliminated. Just saying, you know what, buddy, we have to rotate. We need your loot. Sorry, buddy.
And that is a problem for him. These little drops and disconnections that can happen can greatly hinder what the teams are trying to do. Some of the Stellar players, though, still up near Erangel. And now they're going to go and flush them out to make sure they can't sideswipe them coming from behind.
Desperados, they have a chance now to do something. They're sitting 2 to split on each side of the road, but they want to get some control as well. From the compounds they have, they can't see a whole lot towards the east. But at the same time, teams from the east can't really push down towards them. They can pin them down inside their compound, though. And for the eastern side there, they only have a 1-story house available. So it's very easy for other teams to destroy their vehicles.
So many teams playing around the center area as well.
Yeah. And you see it right there with the Dasha too. You gotta, and especially in this area of the map, you gotta park your vehicles so wisely.
Yeah. They're going to be happy with the area of the map they've got, at least for now, but they've got Zen close by as well as 7.
Circle after this one is going to exclude water. Well, not the one popping, but the one coming after that. So should this one that comes up now include some water, that's when teams can start predicting, oh, where is it gonna go? What can we do from here? How are things going to unfold? And that's where we see a lot of teams start committing to fights with one another. Northern Lights came in all the way from military. Now they're trying to go a little further center, but there's not a whole lot for them to take. Forced to just send it into the forest, and it's going to be hard for them to disengage and get out from that area again once they do have to, because now everybody around their side, they know that there's a team in there.
Yeah, they've been seen, they've been shot at, and now they've just got to try and hold their ground. Oh, Derek finds himself a knock onto Vasku, though. A little bit of distance in there as well. We need a home. A team that we have seen a fair bit from, but it's not been the crazy endings for them just yet, right? There's still got a little bit more to show us.
And this is kind of, again, one of those, set yourself up for the better later stages. If you're forced to fight these guys again, now you know that one guy's been knocked early before. You can get that info. He might not even be able to find himself a new helmet later in the game. So a lot of just stay in your compound, tap at people situations right now while everyone's waiting for another 5 seconds for the new circle to pop.
And that's exactly what Besiktas are doing here, as they've seen Erangel pull up on a compound, fired a few shots off, and then we'll just say, hey, you guys stay over there. And we do go out further towards the east. Reciprocity going to be happy with that. And as you said, right, this is a circle coming into the circle that's now about to pop after this one, which will go away from water, but it'll be a little bit easier for some of these teams to have an understanding of where it will go.
And we give Reciprocity a lot of credit for being able to get into the circles even when they don't get them, but sure as hell this one just landed straight on top of them in a position that was very unlikely for it to do. Rafi probably going to be sitting in the middle of the next one too, but now, of course, this being a priority compound is getting pulled up on by multiple players.
And Shiv finds himself on the knock on to Nest from Seacorp. Isn't going to go finish him off yet. He's firing up on the other players left on that team. He needs some help, though. He's got Haxeti there with him, but Rafi and Scream are kind of almost being overrun.
Beneath trying to make the run forward, but Seven saying ain't gonna happen, guys. Not today. Ubican Drain is there on the run here. Barely any wheels remaining in that vehicle. Ubica as well tries to make the run across in the open. Can only accumulate so much speed. And now for Drain he's in. Ubica will be able to make it as well. Seems like he'll just be able to get inside.
We're a little bit too close there, boys, but they did manage to make the run across. And that's what it's all about, right? Just at least getting yourselves into a better position. But at what cost was it? Because 7, they were ready and waiting.
So Reciprocity is sitting split 2-2 in each their compound. They do that a lot, but at this point it might be deadly for them because there are 4 guys outside here, down south, trying to pressure Rafi and Scoom, and there's no way for them to leave right now, and there's no way really for Shiv and Haxeti to go over as well, because that compound could be out in the next circle given the water situation that we're going to be dealing with. So for Scoom and for Rafi, they have to figure how the hell are we sort of buying ourselves time here. Scoom going down immediately.
Huge nade coming out there. Unity looking to continue this assault and pick Reciprocity apart. Now they've got one house control, looking for the second. Rafi is in it on his own. He's just going to jump out, get on his bike, and get the hell out of there and try and regroup with his teammates.
Smart play. Disengage, get out of there, give him a compound and say, you know what, we'll take that fight later. It's a smart play for them. Haxeti, Shiv trying to shoot back towards the guys from Unity to sort of give some covering fire from Rafi, and he does manage to make his way over towards his teammates.
Teamwork galore there from Reciprocity. Get themselves going. Plenty of teams around them. And they can allow some of the other teams to just let them fight out here, right? It's Northern Lights. The Deep, he gets knocked down. Zen looking to push up, but Ivor needs a res. Page leading the charge at least for now, but okay, bro. He's saying, all right, I don't want to be in this too much longer.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Sukkotnam, they knew that teams came into the forest. We talked about that earlier, and it's going to be so hard for them to get out of there. Now Sukkotnam, they're doing all they can to at least make sure that they ain't going out on their side.
Nades, and the deep somehow stays alive.
Somehow able to dodge and weave through all those explosions. Lux now sending the vehicle down towards Insolenza, but a good sidestep coming in from him. And all of a sudden, Besiktas in all kinds of trouble. They do not have a whole lot remaining to play around. It's only Tamil still on his feet, and he's proning on by the vehicle. Hexedi now, in the meantime, taking out a lot of the players from quick methods to try to make the push on down towards them.
Back into it, ready and waiting.
That actually means that Insolenza is all by himself now, not the kind of situation they wanted to be in. So having gone from 4 guys alive and a good chance to fight off Besiktas, they're now in all kinds of trouble.
Besiktas just sent it to him, right? Rushed straight in, jumped out, and that's it. 2 Euro goes down. Insolenza going to be very low on health. Trying to net himself back up, but is he going to have enough time to do so?
Just exactly gets off the first aid there. The circle's going to start closing in just a short moment as well. Northern Lights, they will go out here. They try to commit to the forest, but not a whole lot they could do from that position down towards Sukkotnam. They had Erangel down there as well, and Inside Games. Just trouble all over for them. Comfort and Tornado Energy will have to move out from yellows, and so will We Need a Home from down far south. Tamil taken out by Insolenza. So I guess the Finn in Insolenza lives to see another day, but it's going to be a rough rotation coming out from him here. Erangel in the forest as well. They're inside the next circle for now. We'll have to see if it's going to continue to go to their direction. But how long? Yeah, how long will he be able to stay put? Pelsish? Oh, this is a very important rest coming in from Insolenza. Very important indeed. More man spotted out there. Hedrick. Damage done. Spots him just on the edge of the smoke. Wants to get the finish off as well. Tapping through, but cannot seem to connect the shots needed to get himself that kill. I mean, 3D Max to have a spot inside the circle, but for Cass and Moleman, could not hold on to that one any longer.
This circle, it has become a rough, wild ride for some of these teams, but who can make the best of it? Tornado pinned down. Melman makes his first shot. Renkar is able to tag him up. Erangel getting eliminated then. Not ideal for them. Off the back of a pretty good first game.
Yeah. They were in a rough spot in the forest there. It's kind of one of those do or die situations. And, well, they tried to do, but they ended up dead. Not a whole lot they could do trying to move out from that spot. Sukkotnam able to stay put. And now we see Wago trying to do everything to keep his team up and safe inside that compound. But look at the south down here. How many teams are trying to push up towards 7.
You've got so many of these teams like just getting picked apart. 1 player lost, 2 players lost, and they're trying to battle their way back up. But there's still a lot of the teams to the north who are able to hold on to 3 or 4 players and not really have to engage fully.
And the thing is, you cannot really push around the side of this one. You have to kind of go through or go all the way around with vehicles. And this circle is going to get so small now, and there's still so many teams alive. There's absolutely no room for a long rotation. Somehow, quick math still in the mix here. A lot of praise to Insolenza and getting up, not only surviving that one against Tama, but also getting the rest towards Pelsish. And now they got themselves the small wizard up there.
Rita trying to creep in. See if she can force the engagement against 7.
Rabbit trying to hold the angle. Want to play it smart, want to play it safe. Actually disengages now. And Edelweiss finishes off Melman. Got himself Camca knocked as well. And come for the next team. They got to figure what the hell do we do here. We're inside the circle. But this is one hell of a rough spot to play from.
They're playing from a position where you've got no sight, but We Need a Home. They're looking to put an end to 7, and this could be the thing that gives Tornado a chance to push up, right? Is it your time to strike now and join in on this bit of a third party? There's no key from 3D Max. He goes down in the hands of Barlos, and he will be finished off there completely afterwards as well. So 3D Max once again struggling to really get out of this position.
They had no idea that Barlos was sitting up there. Such a smart flank position from 3D Max, and this is the kind of style we've seen them play before, but now taking a lot of casualties in return as well. Wacko goes down, not a whole lot more to it, and all of a sudden Hedrick is all by himself.
And Tornadoes start to move around. They see their opportunity to get out of this and say, all right, we can gain the control. We can be the ones closest to the circle. We can surround you guys and potentially get some extra kills here.
Yeah, because the new circle did pop. It went a little further north, a little further center. Unity sitting really well in it. Desperados on the northern side up there as well. And for Suktapnam, able to get some points here if they could be able to do so. Got themselves some kills already, but of course want a better placement than last game. 7 trying to make the run on out, but Rita Balderek says nope, ain't gonna happen.
What a good play from them as well. Able to move themselves around, no problem at all. Fight this off for just a little bit. Rita's going to rotate out, get the car, provide some cover, and try and get Polideric up. Oh, she's just going to leave him. Okay, so she believes there wasn't enough time for it. Polideric's just going to die out.
Yeah.
And that means she's on her own. Solo play, but she's managed to escape and get past Tornado. But she's running into all the fire once again, so it's going to be hard for her to get away. But Kamka, he sees some heads, he sees some bodies through that smoke, and he wants to try and take them down. Tornado, they've pushed up so well in this situation when they were completely pinned down by 7 before.
Excendi and Reciprocity under a lot of fire as well, trying to make something of awful position. And down they go! 11th place for Reciprocity. They are indeed human after all.
The robotic modes they've been showing us are finally over. But is this going to allow for some of the other teams that we said have the potential to shine?
That's
are
the
they
thing,
going to be able to do
right?
it? So there's still a lot of this crazy 1v1 going on across the board.
A lot of fights happening all over the place, and our dear observers are doing everything they can to give us as much info as possible. And Solenso once again getting active on the kill feed. And you talked about Quick Math needing a good day today, sitting in 16th place. This game could very much be it. Sure, they're down to just 2 players, and Peltish gets finished off there. But Solenso has been doing so much trying to keep their hopes alive in this game.
Zen tapping away ever so carefully through the smoke. X-Team not much help, but he is staying alive, at least for now. Desperados have taken the kill onto Pixel there. So he eliminated himself. Or knocked himself at least to start off with.
Nice a tap on through. 1 headshot should do it. That would be Tornado Energy eliminated. But seems like X-Team did manage to get the res up onto Kamka, but goes down immediately after. And they're just spraying through the smoke. There's no tap, there's no aiming here at all. It's just 1 shot, a little further right. 1 shot, a little further right. Just like, schematically try and shoot through the smoke to finish them off.
Yeah, Kamka will bite the dust. It's going to be down to what X-Team can do from this position. Proned and ready, just hoping some bullets will just continue to fly past his head.
In all fairness, his vehicle still has 4 wheels, so if he has 1 more smoke, because you can see 25 seconds until the circle has to move. So that now they need to make their way across as well, and he has to wait for them to focus on that, because then he's just going to be like, full speed forward, find a tree, crash into it, prone on the other side, hope that you can do something. Of course, it's a very Hail Mary type play, but in his position, there's not a whole lot you can really do.
Oh, Rita able to get the knock onto Dashtish, proned in the middle. She took a forward position with the car as well. This is huge. If she gets away with this, this is Unity making a huge blunder because they're one of the teams with 4 players left alive. The nade goes up. She goes down, but she's not even able to get the kill off the back. It was hid behind the rock. Very unfortunate, but a good effort once again.
I was just afraid for a second she was going to nade herself there. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Vasco was waiting for X-Team. They knew that they had to deal with him before they crossed completely. And down goes Tornado Energy. Blast on is the guy down south here trying to hold anything off coming in from his side. And he's doing the best that he can right now, doing a lot of damage towards both Unique and Sukten.
Larson's just shooting at anyone. He doesn't care which team you're on. He's ready to just get kills and take them down. Drainies has fallen, and Unity are looking strong. They've got a great position to play from here, and they're covering a lot of ground for these teams who are trying to push back in.
Think about earlier in Solenso, he was almost taken down by a Tomil up there. Quick, Besiktas went out in 14th, I believe. Now we're down to 6 teams remaining. It's so insane from Insolenso. Haven't been able to stay put in this game so far. Page, not a whole lot more he can do. Sucked it now down to just 3 players. There was the last little piggy that has to cross the road, and he failed to do so.
Now Zampi. He's trying to get himself across. A lot of damage coming out to him and Stams. They will be finished off next, and Desperado's ready and waiting for that. Not really a problem for them. Huge spray down to be played from, and they've got a good uphill position, at least for now, where this circle sits itself.
Desperado is also a team. Let them be 4 guys up with an advantage, and they will indeed make a slaughter of it, and they have a chance to do something here. But one little guy that can disturb that is Insolenso. He's proning around behind. Is he fake? He's looking up in the direction like, oh, where there's scope. This is what has been killing us. We need to always worry about these guys from behind. But they have not spotted Insolenso just yet.
This is where it's really dangerous for Desperados. If he can just take one kill there, that's going to upset their whole area of control and what they're trying to do here to the other teams. There's a few shots going to be fired off. Yubica's going to give his position away, and this circle benefits Desperados and Insolenzo so well. Coldamenta's pushed down into it. He's got the more forward position to scope him out further, but there's going to be so much backup coming his way. And Unity, as they push up into this, it's going to be very difficult for them not to be spotted.
Did Fake just see his feet? I'm not sure he did. Now he's running off, probably saying, guys, there's one guy up here, let's disengage because you don't know if there's more than one. I'm not sure he did. It seemed like he did because he swapped over to the AR close on, but nope, seems like he did not spot him. So Insolenzo lives to see another day. Because right now, Fake, he's in the belief that he spotted and cleared out everything here. Ubica goes down. They will not look behind them again. Fake has just called in properly that the bag is clear.
He's even gone back up. He's having a little look around. He's going to take a different position behind the tree. He's going to play the long game for his teammates. Ival's still in it from Zukten Nam. A big shot at straight away. Desperados on top of it. Lots of damage done. They go down in 4th. Not a high kill game, but a good placement. Yeah. Nonetheless.
Now you just got to combine those two. And that's when you get the good games.
That's the dream. That's what they want to see happen here. While Unity sticking together in groups of 2. They really need Insolenzo to do something here if he can. That's what's going to really help.
That would be the hope.
The position that Desperados have is so strong.
And the thing is, you can see right now, Dastage, Orange Snow, Blaston, and Tisserin, they all have to make that run further up. They've bailed their vehicles down by the compound, so they need to run up. They do have the tree line here that should get them inside this circle, but next one, depending on which corner it's going to go to, you see Calvin, Coldamenta, they're all splitting out so widely, trying to take control, but they just do not dare pushing up the hill just yet.
First few shots fired off there by Orange Snow. They're the warning shots. Stay back, stay away. We know you're close. We don't want to take this fight just yet. We're not ready for it. Blast on going down towards the south.
Excellent. So you've been invisible for so long, but if Tisserin continues down here, they will spot you, that's for sure.
And Insolenzo, ever so patient. He literally has hardly moved.
Yeah, he's not doing anything at all. If Fake goes down, though, that might be them not spotting Insolenzo and all of that. Ooh, that's a headshot.
Very nice shot from Tisserin. He's going to look to do further damage here.
Seeing the X-ray there, they're just out of line of sight. Every time he's jumping, it's like there's a bit of the head showing, but not enough for him to call out the player. See, everybody's waiting. They know there are 9 alive. It's like there has to be at least 2 teams. Why is this so quiet? Why is there no one trying to third party this? Where is this Snake? Because he will indeed, or could indeed, become the difference maker and who wins this game.
And with that new circle going down towards the south, it's Insolenzo's job to try and get in. It's everyone else who's already there. Basically, Insolenzo is the only one not in the circle, and he's going to be proning his way, hopefully, to success in his eyes. The question is, what are these 2 teams going to do as they're battling off against each other? A true 4v4, and we've not really seen this when we got down to these circles. Nade's coming out, and it's just a 1-for-1 trade. Blastfon gets himself knocked. Calvin Klein gets himself knocked, and now the fight is going to begin.
These 2 teams have both had the advantage of having compounds available for a while, and now, no, Insolenzo, he has been spotted, but he cannot full-on commit to this. He cannot full-on commit to holding down Insolenzo because your team is under fire right now. Tisserin wants to get him down, and down he goes, but what a hell of an attempt from Insolenzo. 3rd place off of that, and right off the bat as well, it's going to be Unity completely slaughtering Desperados, just 1 guy alive.
And that's crazy because it was Unity that are firing up on into him. Fakes, he gives himself a chance. Takes a lot of damage there. Coldamenta's got to deliver now. He is a man that we've seen been able to do it multiple times. But is he going to be able to do enough here? 3v1. They've got his position locked down. The spray's coming out towards him. He's looking for a hope and a dream. He's got 76 health to play with. He's found himself 4 kills so far. And he's going to go back up and try and avenge his teammate that was just taken down. Tisserin up high. Damage coming out. But Unity get it, and they get it in style.